song too.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. You are looking splendid down there and up here. Now, we've managed to negotiate with the managers of Miss Fabian Facey Jones, James, and Mr. Roger Curlew. And we were able to strike up something. And so we were able to have them with us here this evening. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you now to put your hands together for Mrs. Facey James, the resplendent, yes, the congenial, the affable, the beautiful, pulchritudinous,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not Mrs. Facey coming in, but it is yours truly, Roger Amir Curlew. Region 6, are you ready? Are you ready? Region 6, are you ready? Are you ready?
When the roll is called up, we'll be standing tall up to be the artists and the artists of time. We'll be taking care of all the children thereof, and if it's required, we'll be on the front line. If you're called down, we are ready to serve. I'm not certain that that wasn't about just myself and Mr. Roger Curlew. It's about us as principals. It's about responsive leadership. Because when we are called, we have to respond. Amen? Yes. And so we commence our ceremony with our opening remarks. There are moments in our professional lives that call us to pause, not because the work is finished, but because the work is worthy of recognition. This evening is one such moment, pausing to acknowledge our worth and our work is not merely transcendent, it is sublime. And so principals and school leaders, this evening is your bracketed moment. Let us make it truly momentous. A moment to celebrate the countless lives you have influenced, the communities you have strengthened, and the futures you continue to shape through your leadership.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no ordinary Wednesday evening. It is a blueprint of excellence. But let us be clear, there can be no blueprint of excellence without data, people, and purpose. Three interdependent pillars upon which educational excellence is built. Data gives us insight. It tells us where we are. People bring that data to life. Behind every figure is a learner with potential, a teacher with passion, and a principal whose leadership transforms aspirations into achievement and purpose, gives meaning to it all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the blueprint of excellence.
Put your hands together. No, that is not Region 6 fashion at all. That's so, a little think. Let's try this again. Put your hands together. All right, now we have it. And so, I don't know, it wasn't presented, but I just wanted to address the elephant in the room because I thought that my picture was presented at first. And so I must tell you that if $1 million was being given out, I would have missed it. Let me tell you why. So many persons were looking for me because last year the hair was the moment. But then I turned up this year without the hair, and persons were asking for me, and they were saying, where is Mrs. James? But I'm here, live in living colors. It's me, just without the hair. All right, so colleagues, we just want to, I know we have a tight timeline, and we are going to do our best to take you safely through this program, and we will not crash and burn. I can tell you that. We will navigate the process as smoothly as we possibly can. And so we cannot begin or commence a program of this magnitude without inviting the presence of the Almighty in our midst. And so I'm going to be asking Mrs. Celine Horton, principal of Portsmouth Primary, to do the opening prayer.
Let her give her a round of applause as she comes. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Let us reverently bow our heads wherever we are for prayer. Almighty God, creator of heaven and earth, the one who spoke and it was done, who commanded and it stood fast, the one who has been keeping us from the day we were born until now. You have given unto us, Lord, an awesome task, that of educating minds for this world and the world to come. And so this evening, Lord, we give you thanks. We thank you for all that you have done for us. We thank you for all that you have been doing in our lives and what you will continue to do. This evening, Heavenly Father, we have come together to celebrate our achievements. As we celebrate, Lord, I pray that you will help us to be humble. And for those of us who would not have been in the limelight, help us that we will be inspired. Oh, Heavenly Father, I pray that you will be with the proceedings. May you tabernacle with us even now, and may this evening's proceedings be one that will be long remembered as it will be etched in our memory. Oh God, we thank you for the organizers of this program, and we ask that you will continue to bless and to prosper them. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Let's bless the Lord. The room has been saturated. The room has been blessed. And so we can proceed.
Yes, and so we did not commence with the protocols, and so we are going to do so. And we just want to acknowledge our director, Mrs. Sophia Forbes Hall, Mr. Ricardo Allen, Chief Executive Officer of Region 1.
Ms. Nadine Sims, Assistant Chief Education Officer. Members of the Executive Management Team of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information.
Senior Education Officers and Education Officers, members of the Region 6 team.
Principals,
Vice
principals, senior teachers,
sponsors,
members of the media.
ladies and gentlemen, good evening. How are we feeling? Oh Lord, we didn't have dinner. All right. But if you think or you believe that leadership matters, let me hear you say absolutely. Yes, we don't need more panache. What do you say? Everything here is absolutely. Absolutely, yes. And of course, we are a part of a very, let me say this region is a big deal. We are blessed. We are privileged to be a part of this region. Wouldn't you say so? So I want you to give it up, raise the roof, and put your hands together for our region. Come on here. Yes, the best region, if we might say so ourselves. We work hard, and the work shows. So of course, we are going to, change the tempo just a little bit. And we are going to be mesmerized by a performance by the
Dinsdale Technical High School. Let's give it up for Dinsdale Technical High School. They have been doing a wonderful, wonderful job.
indeed.
Great performance from we came on Monday.
This band didn't just play. They slayed. Would you agree? They slayed. And I'm going to say to you, these ladies, they didn't just sing. They performed. And because of them, it took me bigger than them. But I think myself, that's it. And this is where we can say quick bets. Because we say quick bets, we get to go to say quick bets.
Boy, I think our MCs for this year, the decision was a well thought out decision. What do you think? I want to thank them for volunteering to serve in this capacity. It is my great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, my own principals and team members at the regional office, to officially welcome you to this, our awards ceremony. And of course, we have been tracking our progress through the theme, shaping the future of education through resilience and innovation, as we lead with excellence, data, people, purpose. And this, of course, is our blueprint of excellence. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our own students from the Dint Hill Technical High School. I want to, of course, start out by acknowledging our sponsors, our partners for this year's conference. I want you to join me in recognizing the contribution of the Jamaica Teachers Association, serving our members, impacting positively. A round of applause for the JTA Credit Union. Tip Friendly Society. I see some real supporters at the front. They sit on all the committees at the credit union, so you know who to find when you need money. Tip Friendly Society, when you need it most, grow what's yours. A round of applause for Tip Friendly Society. They are our very reliable partners. They sponsored our award ceremony last year, and they have come back on board this year as one of our partners. Kingston Bookshop, all you need to know. And they, of course, are repeat sponsors. The Book Zone Limited, we help make education happen. Kingston Industrial Garage, we keep you driving. One-on-One Educational Services Limited, online learning is personal. And guess who we have here from 101 today? Oh, you don't know who we have here? It's a secret. It's a secret. Okay. Hatchet Learning to unlock every child's unique potential. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for all our partners, all our sponsors for this year's conference. I promised a number of my schools that I would make the wrong right today or this evening, and I'm going to do that. Let us recognize our students who earned government scholarships this year. I want you to help me, ladies and gentlemen, to acknowledge the Portmore Missionary Preparatory School, Christina Magnus, who earned herself a government scholarship to Immaculate Conception High School. Help me also to congratulate Suri Edwards, Portmore Missionary Preparatory School, and she earned a space at Campion College. May I have the principal of Portmore Missionaries standing to be acknowledged? Is she here? Excellent. Way down the back. All right. Let us, of course, acknowledge Adere Godal from Southborough Primary School, Immaculate Conception High School. I don't want to leave anybody out, you know. We want to, of course, recognize our students who are awarded the Jamaica Energy Partners Group Scholarship. And, of course, they have a fund that they utilize to fund or sponsor our children under that particular arrangement. Of course, the names of the students are listed on your screen. So in the interest of time, I will move on to the Lascaux Curve Scholarship. And of course, we have a loan recipient, Akila MacDonald from Greater Portmore Primary School, awarded scholarship to Campion College. The George William Gordon Scholarship goes to Nathaniel Brooks, again from Southborough Primary. And of course, Nathaniel earned a scholarship to Campion College. Of course, I wanted yesterday to share with you, but in the interest of time, I had to cut my presentation. And so my presentation lacked celebration for the infant sector in the region. I want to take time out this afternoon, this evening, rather, to recognize the following schools for having received having been deemed certified, their infant departments. So, let me hear it for Davis Primary and Infant, Planters Hall Primary and Infant, Horizon Park Primary and Infant, Watermount Wakefield Primary and Infant, Watermount Primary and Infant, Marleymount Primary and Infant. Give it up for them, colleagues. Rose Hill Primary and Infant, Bonnet Primary and Infant, Mount Hermon Primary and Infant, Berry Hill Primary and Infant, Rosemount Primary and Infant, Mount Rossa Primary and Infant. I think that brings me to the end of my presentation. But I want you to listen to this video. I hope it plays. I want you to listen to this video, and I want you to listen to the new set of children and how they think about how we as parents and as adults operate. I want to encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to utilize this space called the Conference 2026 to not just be stressed about school and about leadership and about what is not going right, but I want you to spend some time enjoying the beach, enjoying the spaces, enjoying dinner, and importantly,
enjoying yourselves. And I don't want you to comment down there. I don't want you to make any noise down there. I want you to just listen to what I have to say. And I want you to do as I say. Yes. And I know that some of you are stealing away to watch football. So that is enough fun for some of you. But ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my pleasure to officially welcome you to our award ceremony. And of course, let me congratulate those persons who are schools who will receive award tonight. And those who don't, remember, there's another year. Thank you so much for having me. The video, please.
Parents busy day and night to build a better life. Then why they never enjoy the life? Too busy building it. They schedule happiness next month. Then next month becomes next year. Why are our parents...
One, two.
Thank you so very much, our director, for that warm welcome. And from your presentation, we have no doubt that the region is doing exceptionally well. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, we are. And we always say that every great gathering reaches a moment when inspiration takes center stage. It is now our distinct pleasure to invite our guest speaker who will share words of challenge to encourage and to inspire us. And to introduce the guest speaker, we have no other than Mrs. Kimitha Booth Francis, the principal of Ginger Ridge Primary.
Let's give her a big round of applause as she comes.
We are so sorry. Let me apologize sincerely. We have Sarita McFarlane Richards from Ascot Infant School. Thank you so very much for accepting that apology.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Masters of Ceremonies. Kindly allow me to associate myself with the protocols so eloquently articulated earlier. It is often said that timing is everything. And while our keynote speaker has impeccable timing in the world of artificial intelligence, educational technology, and digital transformation, I must acknowledge that his timing in football has been somewhat less successful. You see, Mr. Ricardo Allen is an ardent supporter of England. In fact, he supported them with such passion that they have just packed their bags and exited the World Cup. So if you happen to notice a slight sadness behind his smile, this evening, let us extend little grace. There is always another World Cup. Now that we have dealt with the elephant in the room, let us turn to why we are truly honored and elated to have him with us. Some leaders build companies, some build technology, but the indomitable Ricardo Allen is building the future of education. As a founder, president, and chief executive officer of One-on-One Educational Services Limited, a publicly listed education technology company on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, he has dedicated his career to one bold mission: to personalize learning through the intelligent use of data, artificial intelligence, and technology. Armed with a background in actuarial science from the University of West Indies, Ricardo has transformed statistical thinking into educational innovation, developing AI-powered learning platforms and national digital education systems that now serve more than 2 million learners across the Caribbean. Under his visionary leadership, One-on-One was successfully listed as a junior market, the junior market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange in 2022, achieving a market capitalization of approximately $1.9 billion. His His work extends far beyond the classroom. He has partnered with governments across the Caribbean to modernize education through education management information systems, strengthen data-driven decision-making, and build digital ecosystems that advance equity, accountability, and excellence. Never content with yesterday's success, Ricardo is now pioneering the next frontier in education through dialogic assessment systems, using conversational artificial intelligence to better understand how students think, reason, and solve problems, redefining assessment for the 21st century. His leadership earned international recognition. In 2025, Time recognized one-on-one among the top 350 edtech companies in the world. He is an HP University of Cambridge EdTech Fellow, a former Young Leaders of the America Initiative Fellow under the U.S. Department of State, has served on the board of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and was both a Rhodes Scholarship nominee and a Fulbright Scholar. Perhaps what speaks most profoundly about Ricardo is this. After accepting a Fulbright Scholarship to pursue graduate studies overseas, he made a remarkable decision. He chose to remain in Jamaica, not because the opportunity abroad lacked prestige, but because he believed his greatest contribution could be made by building something extraordinary here on this little rock he calls home. That decision continues to impact millions of learners across our region. This evening, we're privileged to hear from a visionary entrepreneur, an innovator, a nation builder, a passionate advocate for transforming education through the power of data, people, and purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues all, please join me in giving a warm Blueprint of Excellence welcome to our keynote speaker this evening, Mr. Ricardo D. Allen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Well, what an evening, man. I always love those introductions. Thank you so much. You know, when these things are being read, sometimes I have to pinch myself to remind myself that I'm the person being spoken of. You know, so let me just start by just, observing a few protocols here. Protocols having been established, I adopt them. I want to say a special hello to Miss Janet Brim. Hello, looking wonderful. Mrs. Sophia Forbes-Hall, looking wonderful as usual, right? You're getting younger by the day. Miss Nadine Sims, welcome. You work with us on the National Virtual School, and I enjoy your company every day. Members of the executive management team of the M.O.E, YI, senior education officers and education officers, members of the Region 6 team, you're here, you're in the house, let me hear you. Region 6 team, fantastic. Principals, let me hear you. Principals, VPs, senior teachers, sponsors, media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Evening of excellence. Good evening. Give yourself a round of applause. Now, let me just start out by saying I'm not used to standing right behind this. I usually move around, but I'll try my best just to stay steady. People think that it's indicative of something called ADHD and all these beautiful things that we didn't know when we were growing up. But I have a difficulty standing in one place, but nonetheless, I'll try my best. I can get the mic? Fantastic. Thank you very much, right? Okay, fantastic. I feel much more comfortable now. Okay, great. Now, firstly, my attire. I came here expecting a fully formal event, and I was told that, it's a, nice banquet, black tie and so on. So I came, and then when I look at the thing, it says semi-formal. So I ditched the shoes, I changed my belt, and now I'm semi-formal. Isn't that amazing, right? So I told my wife, she said, boy, it's risky. I said, it's fine, right? Now, we're going to talk a little about the blueprint of excellence, right? And this is something that has been keeping me up at nights, and I just kind of want to spend 15 to 20 minutes talking to you about this thing that is keeping me up at night. And, I kind of want to start out by, as you see it on the screen, we're going to end by thinking about the principles as what I call the custodians of cognitive culture. And I'll tell you what that really is, right? Earlier this year, I graduated from Cambridge University as a fellow in EdTech, and I focus on this thing called cognitive psychology. And there's something that I really discovered that, again, it's really boggling my mind. And I want to share it with you. I'm not going to give you the answer. I don't know the answer, but at least I want you to think with me, okay? The first thing I want to ask is that what if the definition of an excellent school is changing, right? What if it's changing? And really what I want to share here is that before, we've been really focused on school being, producing products like, as just saw earlier, we talked about the students who did very well. They got government scholarships, right? We saw that. And that's fantastic, right? And for years, we've really focused on this idea that, students produce, they do well and so on. It means my school is doing well. We've really been focused on that. I want to tell you that one of the purposes that I'm really kind of caught up with is this idea that school is designed to build minds, right? Judgment, memory, reasoning, and character. It has been that way for some time. Many principals in here, that's what you focus on. But it's something that has really been keeping me up at night. And here's why it is keeping me up at night. So your brain, everybody here has a brain. It's 2% of your entire body mass. So if you were to weigh your body and weigh your brain, it's 2%, okay? The problem is that your brain uses 20% of energy that you consume or you use. So when you run, when you think, when you do all of this, your brain uses 20% of your energy. Why does it do that? Well, it needs all this energy to think. But when it thinks, right, and it consumes all this energy, it is built with this mechanism to conserve energy. It's natural. It is why when, for example, you're looking at the buffet line and so on, you think of the closest path to get to the food. It's very natural. So your brain finds shortcuts. It's very natural. And so when your teacher, for example, comes and, for example, they use AI to generate a lesson plan or, somebody uses the computer to do something, your brain is actually just finding a shortcut. It's normal. It's trying to conserve energy. But because of this, and I kind of just want you to look at the screen. You see that? What do you see? B, D. If I took this to, I have an 18-month-old daughter, and if I showed her this without prompt, she sees the same thing. You see, the ability to read is just 5,000 years old. Humans have existed for over 300,000 years. So we've been reading for less than 2% of our existence. You see, the natural tendency of your brain is actually to identify objects, and whether they flip right or left. And, like this you're seeing here, it sees it as one thing. Why? Because when you're in the wild and a lion is coming at you, it don't matter if that lion is on the left or the, it's a lion coming at you. So your brain was designed to actually do this. And so when we learn how to read, we actually have to rewire our brain and those neural circuits, right? It's called neuronal recycling. To actually say, okay, when it's turned this way, it's a D, but when it's turned this way, it's a B. And we have to spend years and years and years of teaching humans the difference. It is why when you're teaching kids how to read, they tend to mess up B and D. It's actually natural. It's their brain doing that, right? Now why is this important? The reason it's important, and I'm coming to why all of this is kind of connecting, is that the brain builds what it struggles to build. You see, this process of learning how to read, you're building and training the mind to actually identify that B and say, okay, it's B, and that D, that is D. And I say this to you as well. If you were to leave a newborn baby in a desert, you leave him with food, you leave him with everything, he will eventually walk, he will eventually make sounds, develop his own language. You know what he will never do? Read. Reading is not biological. It is something that we had to learn how to do. Why is that important? The cognitive effort required to take a human who does not know how to read biologically, that effort is what causes someone who actually knows how to read to think at a higher level, to think critically, etc. And so the brain builds what it struggles to build. It is why when you learn how to read, you can't unlearn how to read. So if the brain builds what it struggles to build, what are we saying? Well, enters this new kid in the line, AI. Quite beautiful. And remember what I said, the brain is going to find the shortest path to do something, right? So AI can write there, so it can solve the math problem, it can explain every step, it can generate the code. It can complete the assignment. Instant, polished, effortless. But if we allow the thing to do all of this, over time, what happens with that brain? It causes cognitive atrophy, the weakening of the mind. It is why when you put in things in AI now, you don't bother to correct it anymore. Because it corrects it itself. If you continue to do that for the next 5-10 years, what do you think will happen? You will not appreciate writing. You will not be able to write a proper letter by yourself. Now, all of this is great, but why is this important? Because I believe that we're standing on the cusp of what I call the cognitive fork in the road. And the easier path will win. The easier path that allows people to use technology to generate answers and to use data to do these creative things and so on, that's the path that will win. So if that's the path that will win, and also, I actually don't think a child wakes up and said, you know what, I must protect my neuronal pathways, therefore I must not use AI. No, they won't. Teachers won't do it. Parents won't do it, and neither should you. You should use the thing to generate the results fast and use it fine. It's totally fine. The students can use it totally fine. Parents, totally fine. However, because people will use it, we now have to create a system through which the use of it protects thinking. And therefore, our teachers were not in the room while they are the architects of the thinking. And let me just say, when you talk about the blueprint of excellence, when you're building a nice little building, you have the blueprint. You need some people to do it too, You need the person to create the environment for it to work, the contractor. And then you have the architect who are going and do the work too. And then you have the builder and all of these. Teachers are the architect of friction. But who are principals? Your job is to protect and create the environment and the culture that allows that sort of thing to thrive. And so, while the easier path will win, we have to look at this as performance without thinking is one side. So the great survives, but the mind idles. My wife tells me all the time, she buys all these boring toys for my daughter. I say, why you do it? She says, active toys creates passive brains. Passive toys creates active brains. And so performance without thinking, the great survives, the mind idles. And that's what we've been focused on. Performance, outcome. You get a good grade, you get a bad grade. That's a proxy for learning. Versus technology that threatens thinking. Effort redirected to reasoning, judgment, and transfer. So the choice is not whether to use AI, it is what is the path we're going to design. And so as leaders in the room, right, we don't see this as a student problem. We think it's a system design problem. You know why? Everybody, when Miss Brown and her team sends down and say, well, we need our school improvement plan. Everybody shape up to ensure that they do what they need to do so that when the assessment happens, what's going to happen? Them get good marks and so. So if you are assessing students in a certain way, teachers are going to teach them in a certain way to perform well on the assessment. So the only way to fix it and change the system is to fix the assessment. Because assessment drives how the system behaves. It's as simple as that, And so when you look at the students, right, to the teacher, to the principal, to the policy, all of that. Each responds rationally to incentives around them. The students will go after the good grades. The teacher will teach to ensure that they get the good grade. The principal, because they know this is how they are being graded, they will ensure that the teachers do this, and we have workshops, and we have all of these things, and the policy is going to be designed around that. But within that is preserving the thing that AI can't replicate, which is critical thinking. And so, what we're saying here is that assessment is the steering wheel of learning. What we assess leads to how teachers teach, and how students. So, we need to assess. Right now, if you assess memorization, students will do what? And if you assess reasoning, students will learn how to. I know guys who got really good grades in their exam. For example, I was studying for my actuarial exam. To become an actor, you have to study for these exams. And I was studying for this exam, and I never forget, and I went through the entire book. And when I went through the book, I did some questions again. But you know me, I'm in my bag now. I said, boy, I'm going to approach questions differently to see if I really understand. You ever do that something? To make sure that I really understand. So I go to when I do it a different way, I get a different answer. So I go to start before I can also to that session. I go to start before, and I go to the afterwards there, and I say, boss, I did this thing this way, and I got the wrong answer, but I did this way, and I got the other answer. You're too miserable, man. Leave it alone. The question is fine. I go to my friends, I go to my brethren, I go to my teacher, and on God rest his soul. Nobody could explain it to me. So I wrote to the book publisher. And I said, I read the book. I got this answer, but when I apply a different method, I got a different answer. Perhaps it is me, however, you enlighten me. The guy wrote back, she said, Ricardo, I'm afraid you're correct. We're going to update the book and give you the credit. If you look at the BPP actual manual, you'll see the names. No, why did I do this? It's not because I'm trying to prove anything to anybody. Because create industries to change the world. And so, what we assess is how we teach. And how we teach is how students will learn. So if you assess memorization, students memorize. If you assess reading, students will learn how to read. So teachers are the architects of fiction. Principals are the custodians of by we call it scaffolding. And we give them part A, part B, part C, and we are trying to guide them,
say the part A, part B. It's going to give them a problem, and they have to assess the problem and see what is the first step I must. So we have So this is where I'm at in the problem. Usually assessment comes at the end. I believe assessment needs to go to the front. And it needs to be through the passage. What do I mean by this? I think we need to find a way when a child sits in my class and point. Does that make sense? Would that be a better way? No. To close the gap, and we're persons who are in the National Virtual School, and I want to kind of get to a closing now. And the National Virtual School, when I had the vision, it was simple. It was saying, Mr. Ware, if you have a very good math teacher at your school, will have. And a school in the region may not have as good a math teacher. I should be able to connect those two schools to each other. Because when that child has the gap, you know how to find out best to solve the gap. So the National Virtual School was intended to ensure that geography don't trap the talent. Wherever the talent is, we can beam them into every school. And so we created this space in Kingston where we have these classes running every day and we're beaming them into school. But the next phase of it is that I want to connect all of to another school in the same region so that we can change the future in real time. And so these are things that we can use, but just to bring it to our close. Currently, we only measure the answer, whether somebody gets it right or wrong. What we need to do is to measure the thinking. And measuring the thinking means that when somebody answers, for those of you who have kids, I have 3 daughters, one is 11, one is 8, and one is 18 months. And when they do something, and they come to me, and I said, did you do this? And they said, no, daddy. I said, did you do this? No, daddy. You can look in them face and them eyes and know them a lie or tell the truth. See, when I teach one concept, and do you understand everybody put on the mind? Yes, this. A teacher look and say, you never get it. You never get how to just say. How do you know that? It is your ability to look into the souls of the child because you know the child. And the question is, how do we do this at scale? Well, I put one way to do it to you. If every child needs to back up their answer with an explanation, defend it, and so on, and speak through it, could we do it that way? And so the idea is that beyond the answers, we need to get them to explain, defend, apply, and write. So an answer is useful evidence, but it's no longer sufficient evidence. Because when they go on, them can come with the most beautiful essay. Ask them to explain it, can't explain it. And so, for us, going into the 26-27 year, for your action plan, I'm asking you to do 4 things for me. 4 things. I want you, and you can choose one. Don't matter. I want you to try to diagnose the grade before the intervention. Not just teach anymore. Try to diagnose. say to the child, listen, World War II was economically justified. I want you to go home and take that position with the AI and argue with it and bring evidence. What you have done, instead of asking them to go home and write essay, you ask them to bring back evidence that they actually reason and then think. Use AI to reduce administration, but not thinking. So if all that you do over the next year, I want you to use the AI to reduce your administrative burden. But whatever you do, preserve it. And I want you to connect one class beyond the school walls. Invite different perspectives into your classroom so that the students can have a wider perspective. Because those are the things that causes them to think and expand their mind. This idea where we're just learning from a syllabus and just doing and doing every year for an exam, I am telling you, it is putting up for failure. And so, we said it before, teachers are the architects of friction, principals are the custodians of cognitive culture. Your job is to protect that culture. And culture is not something you put in an action plan. No. Culture is the way that people live, especially when you're not. We have an old adage I was saying in my company said, culture is what the team members do when the boss is wrong. You didn't know that? So you need to build and protect that culture. So I want to end by saying the brain builds what it struggles to. And because of this, we have to protect thinking, expand the opportunity for our students, and build the future. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ricardo Allen. I'm inviting you on this journey. If we don't do this, that's what I'm saying. Critical point in us open. We're at a critical point. Because if we don't do this now, what is going to happen in it? What's going to happen? Will we produce more Ricardos? We're in Ocean Coral, Spain, being true. I grew up down the road, a place called Rio Bueno. I walked barefooted to school. The first time I went to a vehicle, I was probably about 6 or 7 years old. When I came to Kingston, I lived in Armstrong. I got 3 or 4 scholarships to go to university. Road scholarship, Fulbright scholarship, all of them, you name it. All of that I did because of teachers and school system like yourself. But you know the biggest thing of all that I love? My ability to think. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Ricardo Allen. I will say to you that you have arrested the attention of the audience. And I can tell you, though we're strapped for time, it seems as though they would have sat down and listened to you for the entire afternoon, or evening, I should say. But the one thing that stood out for me is the term that you used, that the AI, the cognitive fork in the road, and that was just impactful. And it says to me that while it is a fantastic innovation, if it's not managed properly, it can indeed lead to cognitive atrophy. And we have been left with food for thought. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, there's a lot to unpack and there's a lot to think about based on the presentation that has been given just now. So let me hear you give it up again for Mr. Ricardo Allen. And of course, we will now have, yes, the presentation to Mr. Allen by Mrs. Kimika Booth Francis, the principal of Ginger Ridge Primary School, yes, up in the Cool Hills. And welcome Miss Kimika to the stage as you make her presentation.
I'm observing also the protocol. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I want us to use a P word. Be careful now. Keep our mind clean. A P word to describe Miss Danny. that you are talking about. Sir, you're like an energizer bunny. From he took the mic to the very end of his presentation, you could see the passion, you could hear the passion, you could see how much he loved. You notice he still loves it, how much he loves what he is doing and what he is talking about. This is someone you know that is truly convinced that what he is saying is really what it should and ought to be. Mr. Allen, on behalf of the Region 6 family, we just want to thank you for such an insightful, informative, and thought-provoking indeed, thought-provoking presentation. You have stirred up something in us as one of our MC would have indicated. You have caused us to start to think, yes, we love air. It's easy, it makes things easy for us. It makes life easier. I mean, I used to plan takes 5 minutes to ride. And we are truly using air. But we are remembering tonight, we are reminded that we should not allow AI to replace our ability to think critically. Colleagues, he used another, or he indicated something else, and that is we should measure the thinking. We should, he said also that talent should not be trapped by geography. So much to take away from this presentation, and we truly appreciate what you have said. We wish you all the best, sir, on your transformational journey, and we will take what you have said to us and use it and enable our children to do even better in this time and age.
Yes, thank you so very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to change the tempo of the room just a little bit. And so it is said that the saxophone is an instrument that steers the soul. And it evokes emotions and creates unforgettable moments. And of course, I'm going to ask you to be prepared to be captivated and to be welcome or distinguished saxophonist. And this is Mrs. Lorena Rodriguez Smith. So put your hands together for her.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, they're black. That is the connection, them different, you don't know with them black. So I have that next month, I was teaching that connection. Okay. Come in. Four. Yeah, but better than the four. It's still like, probably so. Okay. Maybe it's the internet. That's fine. That's not the major problem. Major problem. This part of the science. Having first, like human part. I'm getting a part.
Let's give her a big round of applause. Beautiful talent, let's give someone our relationship.
She's going to have a short class. We have arrived at one of the major highlights of the evening, the moment that reminds us why dedication, perseverance, and visionary leadership, never go unnoticed. And principals, whether your name is called tonight or the name of your school is called tonight or not, every principal in this room is already making a difference. Will I have to get for yourself?
And now we will be looking at the special recognition. This segment we will award for exemplary service for extensive and sterling contribution to the field of education to Dr. Walter Small and his nascent way in the regional profile of the exemplary educator. Can we give it up for Dr. Small and his nascent way at this time? Thank you very much.
Kindly allow me to associate myself with the protocols established earlier. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Profile of Dr. Walton Small. Dr. Walton Small is a distinguished Jamaican educator, transformational school leader, and respected sports administrator whose career has been defined by excellence, integrity, service. With 47 years of experience in secondary education and educational leadership, he has earned a reputation as a visionary principal committed to instructional development, student success, and the advancement of education in Jamaica. Holding a doctorate from Ball State University, USA, Dr. Small's professional journey has spanned several of Jamaica's most prominent educational institutions, including Cornwall College, his alma mater, Bethlehem Teachers College, and Chovy High School, St. Elizabeth Technical High School, Women's Boys School, and most recently, Heidel High School. Prior to joining Heidel High School in September 2022, Dr. Small served with distinction as principal of Women's Boys School and the president of the Inter-Secondary School Sports Association, ISA, for 12 years. During his tenure at ISA, he played a pivotal role in strengthening school sport and promoting the philosophy that athletic achievement and academic excellence must coexist to produce well-rounded students. As principal of Heidel High School, Dr. Small assumed leadership during one of the most challenging periods in the institution's history. In the aftermath
of COVID-19, the school faced significant financial difficulties and operational uncertainty. Through strategic leadership, resilience, commitment, he successfully guided the school's historic transition from a private institution to a public school, securing financial stability, protecting staff livelihoods, and laying a sustainable foundation for future growth. Under his stewardship, Highgate High School experienced significant institutional advancement, strengthening both its academic and athletic profile. His leadership contributed to the continued development of a culture of excellence, highlighted by the school's outstanding performances in national athletics, including championship victories in the ISA Girls Athletics Championship. Beyond his accomplishments, Dr. Small is widely admired for his collaborative and empowering leadership style. He is recognized as a leader who builds capacity in others, fosters professional growth, encourages teamwork, and creates an environment characterized by mutual respect, trust, and shared purpose. His calm disposition, humility, and commitment to people-centered leadership has earned him the admiration of colleagues, students, parents, and stakeholders alike. Dr. Walton Small's legacy is one of transformation, service, and excellence. His contributions to education and school sports have positively impacted countless students and educators, while his leadership at Highland High School has helped shape the institution as it continues its journey of growth and achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, in recognition of his unwavering commitment to educational excellence and his lasting impact on countless students, educators, and institutions, the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information Region 6 is proud to honor Dr. Walton Small.
And this will present this award, we call Mrs. Sophia Forbes, our regional director, to be presenting this award at this time. Please continue applause. And Dr. Small is from QEC 61. We're experiencing 61 members. Let's hear for QEC 61.
So let me read what is on the plans.
Hey, West. Tell them to look away. Tell them to look away. Tell them to look away.
How on members of QEC 61 radio? You need to be standing at this time. Please, let's cheer on Dr. Small at this time. Continue, please. That's it. Now play coming out of QEC 61, the next QEC in the region.
Though that yes, there's excellence in all QEC, but I still have to represent QEC 53. Come on, now, don't be mad. Come on, guys. Yes. And I take it away the shine, but I just have to put my 2 cents. And can I tell you, 61, we had our guest speaker. He was just so taken. He was mesmerized by the tune while he was saying, wait, yes, it's gonna go in on the thing. But yes, the thing turn up. award, the regional award for exceptional performance in CSEC 2025, textiles, clothing, and fashion. Students Tanita Rowe was ranked 8th in the Caribbean. Yes. And of course, this is coming out of Greater Portmore High School. And so to present this award for exceptional performance in CSEC 2025 is Mrs. Sophia Ford, Director.
Let's give her a round of applause as she comes. Come on, let's cheer on our director.
And the director will be standing for a little while because they have quite a few awards to hand out. So you'll be here with us for a little while.
And next we have the award for exceptional performance in CSEC 2025 Family and Resources Management. And this goes to all Alabama High School.
Give it up for Alabama. This regional award for excellence for exceptional performance in CSEC 2025 Family and Resource Management. The student, Amelia Wright, was ranked 9th in the Caribbean.
Let's give it up for Orlando High School. Principal here.
Coming right up behind Old Harbor High School is
Award for exceptional performance in CSEC 2025 Industrial Technology Mechanics, and this goes to Kingston High School.
Industrial Technology Mechanical. Two students, Giovanni Palmer and Sanji Ellis, were ranked 2nd and 9th respectively in the Caribbean.
We also have this award for exceptional performance in CSEC 2025, and this also goes to Bridgeport High School.
Yeah, and so Bridgeport High School. Representative of sports. Come on now.
Here she comes.
Yes, and if she's stepping aside to collect this award, we want to know that the school has students speaking 11 defect subjects in 4 or 5 categories. Visual arts, education, 100%. Business education, 76%. Home economics education, 96% pass rate. And industrial education, 91% pass rate. And the subjects include principles of accounts, principles of business, electronic document preparation and management, nutrition, family and resource management, industrial education, mechanical building, electrical and technical drawing.
Give it up for Bridgeport High School. And this award, exceptional performance in CSEC 2025 Agricultural Science Unit 1, goes to McGrath High School.
Aretha Bingham.
And the similar award goes to Guys High School Award for Exceptional Performance in CSEC 2025 Agricultural Science Unit 1.
Exceptional performance in K 2025 Agricultural Unit 1. The student, Adam P. Thompson, was ranked 9th in the Caribbean. Put your hands together.
The principal of Guys High School. course in Unit 1 and 2, Building and Management Engineering. Drawing Unit 2 goes to St. James.
And of course, Martina will be collecting that award.
Our Queen of QEC 61, Miss Asian Blade, the best QEC in the region, in selection this award. Give it up for QEC 61.
The students who were awarded Anastasia Forbes ranked first in the Caribbean, and I can't go through the list.
But it's a long list.
It is a long list.
And we go to the other award for exceptional performance in K 2025. South Carolina Unit 1, and this goes to this team.
The student, Gabriel Clark, was ranked 7th in the Caribbean.
We are calling Charlemont High School now to come and receive this award for exceptional performance in K 2025 Agriculture Science Unit 2. Charlemont High School.
In the Caribbean. Mr. Corona, Vice Principal of the Charlotte High School. Again, 353. We are on the road. Come on now. Give it up.
This award goes to Horizon Park Primary School for being most compliant with the standards for its food improvement plan 2025-2026 cycle. Give it up for Horizon Park Primary School.
We like to make it black and white. And it's upon the review, a score of 46 out of 48 was achieved. The major findings include alignment with the strategic objectives, most facts were correctly written, the baseline data and assumptions were generally appropriate. The budget plan and the implementation and monitoring plan were prepared in keeping with the established standards. Well done. Thank you very much, RD, for that predictable presentation.
This is Morris Webb to be joining us here now. This award of excellence in this greatest implementation for 2025-2026 goes to Port Henderson Primary School.
This supports any recognition of significant strides towards directing a positive student environment.
Principal of Horizon Park Primary is collecting this award on behalf of the Port Henderson Primary School. That is okay. Let's keep it going. We call now the representative from Spanish Town High School, Principal Lawrence.
All right, we are getting ourselves, but it's okay, we'll fix it.
And coming right up is the representative from Port Henderson Primary School, who will be presenting the award for excellence in SWP-based implementation for 2025-2026. And collecting the award is convener Mr. Thomas.
Let's give him a round of applause as he comes and collects this award on behalf of the school. And now we call Principal Lawrence to be collecting this award for excellence in the adoption of the reintegration of school-age mothers policy academic year 2025-2026.
Yes, and a round of applause for the principal of Spanish High School.
We now call the principal for very fun to be collecting this award.
Wait.
Thank you so very much, Mrs. Webb.
Award for excellence in implementation of Jamaica moves for the academic year 2025-2026. Mr. Walker, principal of Mount Primary Infant School, is coming.
Thank you so very much, Mrs. Webb Parker. We now invite
For this award too, we call a representative from Ainswood High School for this award of excellence in the implementation of Jamaica moves for academic year 2025-2026, a representative from Ainswood High School. We invite Mrs. Green at this time to be coming to give out some of the other awards. Madam Tassia, we use her first. Madam Griffin with another colleague.
Students place for work experience. And of course, it's no other than the Digital Technical High School. Your plus
On Mrs. Jennifer Harris at this time, Education Officer, the Special Education Unit, to be giving out this award. And this award of excellence in the arts. And this award goes to Macron High School and Texas School. We're all representatives from Macron High School and Texas School.
course information that might not intervention to support excellent thought, excellent thought.
We all this Morris Webb to be giving out these awards. Mr. Morris Webb, can you please awards of excellence for registration of over 80% of grades 11 2025, 2026 for 5 C-set subjects, including mathematics and English language. And this award goes to the Cedar Academy and St. Catherine High School.
We in high school, 328 or 356 students representing 92% of the room. Come on now, keep your applause going. I want people to take one, please, that we know. So we need to applaud people there.
Ashton High School, and Eltham High School. And this award for excellence for the most improved in project preparation and submission for 2025-2026. And of course, award for excellence for most improved in timely financial reporting for 2025-2026. We have three schools: the Garfield High School, the Detail Technical High School, and the Mill College. And of course, they received the award already, but again, it is very good to highlight these performances. Thank you very much for handling the presentation for us.
Awards for early adoption and emergency use of the EMIS platform, and this goes to Waterford Primary School. And Waterford Primary School will also be getting a laptop in the first week of September from UNICEF. Let's give it up for Waterford Primary School. Anyway, from Waterford Primary School, can we ask the convener to please come and correct this? Thank you. And with Mrs. Mercedes, the convener.
Remembering our Mrs. Richard, who will be giving us another award. I don't believe she's me. And so an award for early adoption and exemplary usage of the Zyqua platform, we have Glendale High School. And the award for early adoption and exemplary usage of the Zyqua platform, the school is the most consistent with using the platform for appraisal.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Mikla. We will be calling Dr. Nadine Sims, Media Service Unit, to be coming now to be handing out these awards. Let's give her a clap as she comes.
And the award for outstanding exemplary usage of the ISL platform for grade 7 students, National School Learning Intervention Program, June 2026.
This goes to St. Mary's College.
We have to get St. Mary's College. Recognized for outstanding usage of the ISL platform with 10,535 questions answered, 322 skills practice, and 208 skills. Every student have the same proficiency. This school will also receive a laptop from UNICEF.
Mrs. Maxine Mills, Educational Attendant, please join us at this time. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Nadine Sims. Thank you so much.
The award for the most outstanding performance in the National School Garden Project Phase 2. And of course, this goes to no other school than
You
Fort
and
Louisiana
I
History.
school. Who went to night school? Then you know at this time. Oh, as one of my PVC, I did not go to night school. Some of you were that.
All right. So the school won the most sectional prizes for aesthetics and teaching
Teaching and Learning Garden, which contributed to Regional Award for Most Outstanding Region. And of course, again, allowing to say it's truly
Congratulations, madam. We at 361 do not bad mind. Congratulations, thank you very much.
And of course, the award for the most outstanding performance in the National School Garden Project Phase 3.
And this goes to Patience Golden High School.
Thank you so very much, madam. And of course, we are moving into another section of our award.
Mr. Floyd Kelly, can you please join us here, Senior Education Officer, Region 6.
And these awards are for sports and the performing arts. Award for excellence in sports, track and field and football. I see you. And it goes to Saudichress Primary School.
I'm going to be asking my acting VP to come and collect this award. 361, where are you? Can you stand? One Spanish Town Primary. This time, acting VP will be receiving this award.
Yes, the St. Catherine Football Parish Champions 2026. In sports, track and field section national champions 2026.
Say that, congratulations. About 1901.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, my dear.
Thank you very much. May I please take it over to you?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Neil.
All right, next remain, please. Award for excellence in sports, track and field. And this goes to no other than
High school.
Give the applause for him.
After small achievement, Idel. Give it up for Idel. High school.
Hampton High School won 10 relays, girls 4x400-meter champion. And of course, that is excellent stuff.
Continue clapping them as they come. Come on, keep it going, keep it going. Nice. You will sing 61. Where are you?
The award for excellence in sports, and that is specifically football. And this goes to no other high school.
Catherine High School.
And this school won the 2026 FIFA Water Warfare Cup title. They defeated defending champions Mona High.
Surprise coming to accept this award. Give him a round of applause as he comes.
And the dramatic penalty shootout at the national stadium in Kingston after winning 3.
My name is Shootout. This is where I talk about what Shootout and say, man. Watch it, man.
Look here, I don't know football language and I say 3 there. Tell me what is that, sir?
That's okay. I'm already. That's okay. Let me go.
All right, Mr. Kelly, please remain. The award for excellence in sports and in cricket. And it goes to no other than
High School. No, it's all about primary school. Sir, stay where you are, stay where you are. Your neighbors, stay where you are. Both of you come, and you congratulate Sir Good as he comes. So both of you come. Come up. And one school to another.
and the same Tuesday and Tony, yes?
Yes. And they won the national championship when last week. Congratulations, Sir Good. You are neighbors, and neighbors must be good. And we are good. It's so nice now. We're good. We are good. Yes, come on.
Award for excellence in sports. It is netball. And of course, it goes to no other primary school than the St. Catherine in Sports Primary School netball champions. And this is where the champion of
And I hear this people
Yes, what piece is that? 57? Congratulations. Congratulations.
all right. Award for excellence in sports. Badminton. And this goes to no other high school than
Technical high school from my place. Let's see. Revolutionary. Let's check people. Let's up. Miss up our friend. It's cool in our place on the big one.
and they won Island badminton champions. Champions and I got that for 2026.
Congratulations.
Yes. Award for excellence in sports again. Cheerleading. And it goes to no other than
From high school. Where are you? Welcome high school. That's from high school. Where are you?
outstanding performance.
And the convener of that school common.
Performance in level 3 high school co-ed division cheerleading Jamaica championship, and they received first place. They were placed first. Yes. We have the award for excellence in sports again, cheerleading, and it goes to
Cedarbrook Academy. Cedarbrook Academy. Where are you?
outstanding performance in level 4 high school co-ed division Cheerfest Jamaica and championships, and of course again we received first place.
We call before my co-MC, co-chair, say this category. I'm going to be calling on stage now the emperor of the Angels area, the governor.
So I'm calling the emperor of the Angels era and of Angels Primary School, Emperor Nero Cristiano.
And they will be collecting the award for excellence in sport, cheerleading again, and the national, the outstanding performance in level 1 primary school division Cheerfest Jamaica cheerleading championship, first place.
We're not seeing the emperor. It's not here. Oh, the vice principal is here. The governor is here. We're running like this.
Coming right behind Angels Primary is the St. James High School, and they'll be collecting an award for excellence in sports and getting checked.
Give it up for QC61 again. And our opinion, Miss Lacey Blake will be receiving this award on behalf of the school.
And they're the national high school chess champions. That's big thing. It's a big thing. Yes, indeed.
The award for excellence in sports at this is DOT. And of course, we call it no other high school than the Enid Bennett High School.
Not coming on. Even when it's high school, yeah. That's school in my base. I'm high school, yes. That's QEC. 58. Go to QC 58. Because we have QC 58. Where are you?
Champion of the Jamaica Dart Association tournaments, securing first, second, and third place in the National Junior Darts. Thank you so very much, Mr. Cortelli. And we now invite Miss Marcy Higgins, Education Officer, to present the award for the outstanding performance in the JPDC Festival of the Arts 2025.
What about the preschool? What about the preschool there, sir?
I see that, I see that. And
Then one by one now. Say, Jago High School.
Toddler School,
Christian Dance Infant School. May come in that order. Bridgeport Primary, what QEC is that? 57, where are you? QEC 57, where are you? Christian Guys, sees that? Which one? 63? 163? Oh, yeah. That's one point of one. Congratulations. Madam Nancy and Blake, I'm going to ask you please rest us total an award this year. We're going to be asking you to join us up here now to be giving out these awards. Thank you so much. It was one award, but thank you. Please join us on stage.
Thank you so very much, Madam Higgins,
As we
as she presents the last award. Then we invite Ms. Blake on stage. Thank you so very
thank you
much.
very much.
All right, so the award for excellence in STEAM initiative. And we have no other high schools.
St. Jacob High School, UBC 601. Where are you?
British Council STEAM in Action Health Innovation.
I'm going to be asking somebody from 361, Sir Taft, Principal Taft, please come quickly and collect this award on behalf of St. Jacob High School. Clap Sir Taft as he comes up. I can see 61 to you now. Thank you very much.
Coming right up, we have the award for the most creative jingle in the attendance and punctuality campaign.
Two schools are in this category, and they are Brayton Primary School and Eltham High School.
The applause going for these schools.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Come on now, we're in a time crunch, so you have to pick your steps and get to the podium, get to the stage. And you keep the applause going as we try to keep.
All right, the award for the most creative jingle in the attendance. Oh, there's Elton. Did Elton come by? Oh, not here, so we're going to. All right, so we're going to go to the award for excellence.
Let's stop, yes, let's stop for that question. Do it
All right, yes. All right, so we have the award.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gray. We appreciate that. Give EOB a round of applause. We call the following education officers. Mrs.
Mrs. Christine Dale Shields. And let me tell you why we have to do it this way. It's a long list. And so we want to have these education officers are being invited to the stage. And so we're going to call the names of the schools. They come in that order. And the EOs will also give representing the schools the awards. And so we're going to call Mrs. Brenda McDonald, Dr. Stacey White Chelsea, Dr. Eugenia Burke Robinson, Mrs. Daphne Brown Angel, and those persons are going to assist us in giving out the awards to these schools. It's a long list. So hold on to your seats while we do this. So we have the award for excellence in community service. We have Newarton Primary School, Old Harbor Primary School,
High School,
Redwood Primary School,
Medina Park Primary School,
Independent City Primary School,
Primary School,
St. Jacob High School,
Longdale Primary School,
Mary Hill Primary Infant,
Soldier Primary Infant,
Vicky Bennett High School,
Victoria Primary School,
Waterloo Primary and Infant School,
Old Harbor High School,
Pointing Leaf Primary School, Undershore Primary School, the Seed Road Academy.
Thank you very much.
So, all right, we get some volume on the. Do we want to hear Miss or do we want to hear the band? We want to hear the band. All right, what a bum bum.
Give us something.
What a bum bum what a bum bum. I don't know what to speak of it. But of course, while they're being entertained by the band, please note that these schools had outreach programs supporting the growth and development of the community. These include social fairs, feeding of the indigents, support to children home, support to senior citizen home, and facilitation of the social service fair. Excellent stuff going on in our schools. And I'm sure that the principals were listening and we're looking at some of these things that we can adopt in our very own school because we have some very creative minds. And we call Mrs. Brenda McDonald, Education Officer.
The bird, we asked to be violent. It is not paid. These awards. Thank you. We want to congratulate all these schools.
They did it very well. They have exceptionally well. Like I was saying, OJ, we could definitely adopt some of these in our schools because, you know, we're one vision. And when we see excellence, we have to highlight it and we also have to know that we have what they're doing and that we ourselves will be adopting some of these things that they're doing from their service. Definitely, quite good platform.
So the schools are not just catering to themselves, but to the wider community. All Mrs. Stuart Harris. QEC 63.
What do you mean?
Let's congratulate QEC 63.
QEC 63.
Congratulations. And get this then, see our virgin from back then. Give up yourself. The independence is going so far back in ideas. Damage you, give up yourself.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, education officers. Can we give the education officers a big round of applause?
The award for excellence in World Water Day poster competition.
We call Mrs. Victoria Stuart Harris to be giving out these awards.
And first up, we have a person. Yes.
Yes, these journalists. Always pronounce I have nasty shirt. What a big title. Master Jesus.
Yes, she did diagnostician. And
Award for?
the award for excellence in World Water Day poster competition.
This goes to the school from Glendale called Cassava River Primary.
And this award for excellence in World Water Day poster competition.
I put people that come from Glendale. Principal, time up, you know. You got yourself this, you know.
Coming right behind Cassava River is the high school. One of our schools.
Glendale High School again out of Glendale. And I think that Glendale, you know, we don't see that Glendale business, so. Look Cassava River, put that out.
Problem, sir.
All right, let's go back.
It's Bridgeport High School.
Bridgeport High School.
The award for excellence in the World Water Day video competition.
All right, we don't make no mistake with our name. We are calling this school and the principal name. We look good. And we primary. It is Old Harbor High School. Principal where?
And they're collecting the award for excellence in the United Nations Publishing Paper Competition.
I'm going to elect Principal Weir to be the ambassador to the U.S. We need a great ambassador. They are looking for persons, but I'm going to send a recommendation letter for your principal. We need a great ambassador to the U.S. You represent us well.
Award for excellence in the United Nations Publishing Paper Competition.
Okay, so you're the married man.
So to be giving this award to all of high school, we call back Mrs. Brenda McDonald to be giving this award. Mrs. McDonald, you're going to be giving this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Mrs. Harris.
To come close. Which do we see that again? 64? Oh, 54, 54. Congratulations. Congratulations. Mrs. Madonna was my one-time hero. I put you.
All right.
I put somebody.
And we invite
Dr. Burns.
Dr.
Female. You can call one name, you know. You don't call another name. Dr. Yosefina Burke Robinson, Education Officer out of Readers No Street Legends. QEC 58. That's how we want to applause for her.
And the award for excellence in the aggregate quiz competition, and it goes to
Different school.
Tintin High School.
Principal and
Education Champion 2026.
Mr. Freeman will be asking you to join us after the Robinson Health Office Award. Please join us soon. Executive Chief Education Officer, thank you very much.
Dr. Robinson.
Thank you, DCEO. Thank you very much.
So it's not that all the other awards aren't important. They are indeed important. But these are top awards. And I tell you that we talk about the purpose for school is teaching and learning. And we will be recognizing the awards for excellence in national education and early childhood inspection. And so we call the award for most important rating, we call no other than the principal of St. John's Primary School. Put your hands together and welcome.
When I see them category brand neighbor, anything I'm going to to come to support. Let's go.
And the school rating moved from satisfactory to good. Put your hands together. Yes. And so, following St. John's Primary, we have the award for taking certification of infant department. And this goes to David Primary and Infant School. And the school has met the 12 established standards to achieve certification of the infant department. Coming right up for award for excellence for attaining certification of infant department, and we call no other than the principal of
Everybody school.
is the applause going, is the applause going. And the school has met the 12 established standards to achieve certification of the infant department. Mr. Right Powell.
What do you see, sir? What do you see? Which one? 100? Oh, 55. Do you see 55? Let's give it up. Hold on. 59. Oh, Mr. Mayor, 100. Do you see 59? Give it up for QC.
Thank you so very much. Making this time bring.
We ask Ms. Stacey and Blake to be coming up to stand to be doing our reading.
Recognition award for the Quality Education Circle receiving the most awards for 2025-2026 period. The award for exemplary service.
We have another category. We're going to be going into now. And we have most improving budget, preparation, and submission. And we have a block of schools. Okay, we're going to be calling some schools now. Most improving budget, preparation, and submission.
But before we do that, we are going to call the QEC that, of course, would have gotten the award for the Quality Education Circle receiving the most award for the 2025-2026 period.
Mr. Chair, we can pause on that and proceed with the other list. Thank you very much for that. We pause on that and proceed with the other list. That's okay. Because I was wondering which QEC what we'll hear later on. Let's pause on that. Because the one for the right QEC is awarded. Thank you. Man, I feel QEC are these things. Because I feel QEC are
Why not? Did you see their names that they're all over the
I don't want to hear QEC. Look here, look at this. Watch it there.
We don't want to fight for fair. So let's
Most improving budget,
preparation and submission. The following schools can you join us? Kingston Town Primary, Mount Herman Primary, Ty Dixon Primary, Old Harbor Primary, Jericho Primary, Lucky Valley Primary, St. John's Primary, Angels Primary, Crescent Primary, Spanish Town Primary, this one there, Spanish Town Primary, Dixie High, Old Harbor High, St. Catherine High, St. Mary's College, Guys High, Newton High, Jonathan Branch High, Angel High, St. Martin Technical. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I'm flabbergasted. The last AI, I put the natural in there. You can't put the natural in there. I think we are supposed to be heard. I mean, we have come again. All right, here we go. Kingston Dawn Primary, Mount Herman Primary, Ty Dixon Primary, Old Harbor Primary, Jericho Primary, Lucky Valley Primary, St. John's Primary, Angels Primary, Crescent Primary, Additional Primary, M.O.E. Primary, Detail High, Old Harbor High, St. Catherine High, St. Mary's College, Guys High, Newton High, Jonathan Branch High, Inglewood High, and St. Martin Technical. And these are the schools with the most improved in budget preparation and submission. I did that job as a consultant with SIP department and all. But I talk to RD next week when I come Arena. And like one consultant job RD. But me and with no more person. Make it my my friend. You know what's my hard work with Junior. This is Victoria Walker Myers. This is the director of nice. Okay. You can look at it now, Bill. Present yourself well enough.
Yeah, you're this one, there's no for them to connect with the master.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just thought that's what was teaching was kind of start, you know. But don't worry, the person in the audience, as you Malacca, will give you a little rhythm. Mr. Claire, yes, I know it's coming to you. Yes, you want to join the band? Not today.
He wants some Prince on the He wants some music. He makes some music great for me. Let's keep the applause going. Come on, educators. Yeah, man. We contacted all of these schools. It's a great achievement. I know in a few weeks here, I don't want to think enough. When you're the representative collective, I want you to make some nice for them, man.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? That's always QEC.
Exactly.
Yes. And Mrs. Victoria, welcome, my attention. That's what we talk about. One day, we talk. One day, then I hear you. Then I hear you.
So we're going to ask these persons to be on standby for the most improved in timely financial reporting. And so prepare yourself to receive the award. We have first on our list, St. John's Primary, Gustavo River Primary, City Primary, Ginger Age Primary, Mount Hermon Primary, and Ty Dixon Primary. I'm calling it again, so we don't miss a beat. The persons are being rewarded or awarded for most improved in timely financial reporting.
We're also going to be asking a representative from M.O.E. to be coming at this time. M.O.E., where are you, M.O.E.? Make some noise for M.O.E. Is it primary event? It's primary alone. Yes, I'm here soon. Dr. Johnson. I think so. Listen, you're my friend. You have to somebody. You're my friend. Make some noise for M.O.E. Everybody. You know, I'm M.O.E. You know. You see 61. Make some noise for M.O.E. Yeah, I was down there. You see 61. All right. Yeah, 63, no? Why you say it's over here and you say 63? You show up next person, you see that I said no. So I'm getting person, principal of Independent City Primary, UEC 63. Give it up for Mrs. Ann Dennis Nelson. So the schools are here, St. John's Primary, Cassandra Primary, Assistant Principal, and Independent City Just Collection, Interior Primary, Mount Hermon Primary, the South, the Walker Just Collection is up right. Ivinson Primary, they're all here. I'm afraid. Dr. Johnson, here in your schools are afraid. How good people there? Good people there. Good people. Thank you for making some nice for the principals and the rest. Beautiful, beautiful. Can you see it? You want to see 60. Can't we hear you? There's some of them don't want to go. Don't want to spirit, they don't want to grow and move. No one point inside, they just go to God. One more room and move. Have a glass of water. No humble in here. Go to the bar when you are through with this function. Dr. Wilson?
Brother.
And now,
Never there.
a very, very wonderful moment, an excited moment. Everybody in good man around, you know, get myself in trouble. I'm going to ask you to give me the drum roll thing. You know, the movie I start one last time, it's a 21st century. Fight forward for our start. Give me something there now. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. You know, sir, you know, see me. You know, the signature next time. Don't get me. Watch it there. And now, I'm going to be calling. Is this Spring? Anna Spring? Please call me this way. Director, Sophia, Fonzon, Jose, let's get dance. And I'm going to be asking, we have people, it's not fair enough. Everybody's here. Mr. Sophia Forbes, Director, Regional Educational Services, we are presenting these two awards to you for exemplary stewardship, invaluable service, and support presented by staff and principals of Region 6. Make some noise for our Director, Mrs. Sophia champion.
Next time, I think you're going to be a trip to the back.
We're not the champion. Oh, Mr. West, what are we listening? Give a champion. Quick, find champion, find champion. We have another gift for you now. Madam will come. I told you that we're not giving the rest of us one gift to see right now. She's deserving. Come back to the platform, Director. Come on, Andre. Come, one more gift is here. Please, yes, man. Director, the real deal, you know. Come, Director. Step out and step. You want to go modeling thing, no? You want to go modeling thing for the Director. Let's talk. Come, Director. You want to go modeling? No, sir. You're not presenting this one. It's been I'm in charge of this evening. Come on, leave that seat. All right. The most hardworking director across Jamaica, across all regions, Mrs. Sophia Forbes.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Congratulations, Madam Director.
All right, and as we bring the curtains down on an exceptional evening, I am going to call on Mr. Ryan Williams to move the vote of thanks.
We have any more gifts anymore? We're going to before Mr. Williams comes on stage, we want to make sure that we're keeping nothing out. And at this time, I'm going to be calling our hard-working education officer. Jesus. I don't have to clap. I don't can't talk about that. So, Mrs. Henry Reed. Very hard-working. Miss, I don't know. Go back for the other.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's late, very late, but guess what? We are having a very good time. And last year, there was a QEC located in the parish of St. Catherine, and that QEC had so many awards on the list. Which QEC is it? Is it QEC 53? Is it QEC 54? Is it QEC 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60? Is it 61? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please get ready to celebrate the QEC with the most awards this year. It is none other than QEC.
Thank you for coming and dancing all night. But we congratulate you, Dr. Robinson and the team. One big touch off by trophy. So display next year. If you get the trophy, man, if you get touch off, power and all the trophy there.
Eugene.
So really, I'm very happy to talk about this time to do the vote of thanks, and it's very good. Prepare yourself after the vote of thanks to do a presentation. Good night, all. I am being back-to-back winners. It kind of, it's a bit surreal. I, I think the way I'm feeling now, that Dr. Mark Roberts might have been in 10 times. We're all beside ourselves.
West. West.
You will see 58.
Midland.
Not, I was charged tonight
Shift.
with bringing the vote of thanks. It was Marcus Tullius Cicero who said, "It is not enough to acquire wisdom, it is necessary to employ it." DCU Brett, thanks for being here with us tonight. Masters of Ceremony, Mr. Curlew, Mrs. James, thanks for leading us through the program for this evening. Guest speaker, taught me tonight my brain is 2% of my body. However, it uses 20% of my energy. When I thought I was out there doing a lot, my brain was still doing more than what I was extending, energy-wise. We need to take that into consideration as educators. Have our students not just use AI to do everything, because, as you say, the brain look for the shortcuts. And if we allow the brain to take all the shortcuts, then we are going to be wasted as a nation. Thanks for edifying us. Thanks for illuminating us. And thanks for letting us know, as principals, as educators, what we really need to do. Beautiful tool, but we still need to use the brain. Thank you. Regional Director, thanks last year when you conceptualized
last year. We were a bit to say that we did not enjoy any of the facilities. This year, we got a little of it. Thanks for putting on this for us as principals, as educators. We know that for the sessions that we went through, from Monday from Tuesday through, we all benefited from it. Thanks. SEOs, Region 6, EOs, Region 6, and when I say EOs, I have to mention Mrs. Brown Thompson, Mrs. Skills, Dr. Burke Robinson, and I saw something that in all my years through Region 6, Mrs. Hunter had another side that I knew nothing of. Thanks, Mrs. Hunter. All education officers. Oh. No, 57, I'm not going to do it. Miss Higgins knows, and whenever Miss Higgins and I meet up, what is the little lady doing now? And I have to stop and show a few videos, and so Miss Higgins and I, we go, one more year. One more year. But I must say, through all the EOs, SEO, Kelly, everybody, I must say, if I run into an EO, Mr. Williams, yes, and I have an issue, I can ask any, which is free. So QECs, don't think your EO serves you alone. They serve everybody. I must say, Dr. Burke Robinson and Dr. Tulsi, the organizers of this event, phenomenal done, is you. I think sitting and applauding is not saying enough. You need to stand and give it to them. Or musicians, they came in and you did a wonderful job. Didn't you? Didn't you? Didn't you? I must say, didn't you? You are the envy of many. You are the envy of many. Thanks for coming and entertaining. Job well done. Oh, you're here. Good. Jamaica Teachers Cooperative Credit Union, Kid Friendly Society, Kingston Bookshop, Book Zone, Kingston Industrial Garage, one-on-one education. Thanks. With you guys chipping in, you made this a success. You did well. Thanks. we must always be credence to our sponsors because we want to go back and ask them for more next year. So don't stop telling them that. So one-on-one. You not only came and was a sponsor, but your talk was very invigorating and mine. Today and this evening was marvelous. It was well put together. It shows that thought went into it. And with that, all of what was produced today, we can say yes. To all the principals, all the schools who would have achieved and would have been given an award today, let us clap ourselves. And we need to say thanks to the region for acknowledging us and acknowledging what we have been doing for the school year 2025-2026. We did well. And I'm confessing, sitting down there, I said, no, sir. Now, go back and light some fire because me want more. Me want more. So, but for those who weren't in receipt of an award, it shows that there's room and there are many things there. You go back, let us go back and say to our constituents, these are the things that are out there and our school needs to be. So let us work to ensure that even once our schooling is called, it does a lot. It's a wonderful evening. Thanks for being so patient. It is now 11:23. And it was a well, the day went on well. Thanks and thanks to all. And thanks for being a part of all of it. And seeing you all here next year as this wonderful audience that you all are.
Thank you, Sir Williams. Mr. Goodwin will be coming to give, be presenting something to someone or some persons. Sir? Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. I was just informed of the time. I was enjoying myself so much. Never realized I would reach 11 already. I guess victory is sweet. But it would be remiss of me not to come here and represent the constituents here. I'm adopting your words, sir. Yes, the Team Region 6. And not say thank you in a very special way to our masters of ceremony tonight. They have done exceptionally well. They brought the guides, yes. They brought just about everything that we needed. We were entertained right throughout this program. Thank you so much, Principal Curlew, and thank you so much, Madam Principal Casey James from Jericho Primary. I hear 53 and I hear 61 so many times. Both ears are ringing. One says 61 and one says 53. But we're going to get rid of you next year. Nonetheless, we are saying thank you from grateful hearts. And as Coffee will say, gratitude is a must. And so we make this presentation to you on behalf of all of us. Thank you so much, Principal. Thank you so much, Madam Principal, Mr. James, Jericho Bremer, As a region, we are indeed blessed, even after 11 o'clock, yes, to still have our DCEO, yes, visiting from head office and being here with us. And I remember last year, our DCEO was right here with us just to stay. Yes? Was it so? Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are truly honored to have the presence of our DCEO, and we just want to say thank you for your support. We truly appreciate it. I think it was John F. Kennedy who said, we must stop and thank the people who have made a difference in our lives. And certainly, you have made a difference in the lives of us here in Region 6 and supporting the Region 6 team. And we just want to say from a grateful heart and from grateful hearts, thank you so very much. And so, on behalf of the region that inspires and nurtures greatness, we present this token of our love and appreciation. Thank you so very much, DCEO Brit. Put your hands together for her.
Thank you very much, Principal. Where we have two items. We're coming down. We have the saxophonist here to do an item, and then we have the bass here, and we'll do another item, and we have a closing remarks. So we're coming nicely. Can we give the saxophonist a big round of applause as he comes? And Clinton Band will praise us with an item, and then we close off.
And nurture greatness. We present this token for love and prestige.
Thank you. Peaceful. Oh. Thank you very much. Let's give a big round of applause. Thank you. You did well. We're fully nurturing and will continue to nurture great. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Before you go, let me just clarify that Principal Wood was correct. Our DCO was at the retreat last year, but not at the award ceremony, but she was here. So he was correct. Lincoln, Technical High School, take it away.
We're so proud tonight, and we decide to be on to your hard work, your dedication to your service, your nurturing, excellence, and greatness. It's actually the best in this. Stay with us. But we need you. Our hearts on fire.
know. Should please early on. Children have this every day. Yes, but I'm here.
So as we bring down the curtains on our prayer fast retreat 2026, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, as we close this inspiring evening, let us remember that excellence is not a destination. It is a daily decision. Tonight we celebrated leaders who have shown that through resilience, innovation, and purpose, we can truly shape the future of education.
May we leave here encouraged to continue leading with our data, our people, and our purpose at the forefront. Congratulations once again to all our awardees. And of course, we're going to keep blazing the trail. And as Jamaicans would say,
walk good.
But more importantly,
walk right. Thank you very, very much.
All right, thank you.
God, Mercedes. Yeah, thing. Hey, you man. Sorry,
Fast, yeah.
So you say.
Ah. 76. Yeah. Why never hit the group?
No, what you mean?
See camera.
Fast,
Another time at night, yeah.
That's one problem.